everyone! Welcome to the Folk Culture Lecture Hall. Do you know who the common ancestor of all life on Earth is? He is the god of the ocean, the Lung King of the sea. Scientific research has confirmed that life on Earth, humans, and animals originated from the oceans. The Lung King is the god of the sea. He controls the ebbs and flow of the tides. He is an invisible life form, or rather, he is a form of energy himself. This energy gave rise to the earliest life forms, primitive bacteria. Bacteria evolved from inorganic matter to small organic molecules, then to large organic molecules, and finally to protocells, eventually forming life. Therefore, the Sea Lung King is the common ancestor of life on Earth. Then he is, of course, the ancestor of all mankind. It is well known that humans need to consume some salt every day. If they go 2 days without salt, they will feel weak. Modern medicine has confirmed that salt plays a crucial role in maintaining life. Long-term lack of salt can directly harm the body, even leading to exhaustion and death. Salt is extracted from seawater, which is the essence of seawater and the energy of life. Humans' daily need for salt indicates their reliance on the energy of seawater, as it is the primordial energy of life. Humans' inability to live without salt proves that life originated from the ocean.
The fact that life on Earth originated in the ocean has been verified by numerous disciplines. Currently, the most mainstream view in the scientific community is the deep-sea hydrothermal vent theory, which posits that life originated in hydrothermal vents, black smokers, on the deep seabed. These environments, characterized by high temperatures and pressures and rich in various metallic minerals and thermochemical energy, created the initial conditions for chemical evolution, making them a fertile ground for life. This theory has been supported by oceanography, geochemistry, microbiology, evolutionary biology, and other disciplines. Another well-known theory is the primordial soup theory. This theory posits that the primordial ocean was filled with small organic molecules, such as amino acids and nucleotides. Under the influence of energy, these molecules formed complex organic macromolecules, such as proteins and nucleic acids, ultimately leading to primitive life. The famous Miller-Urey experiment successfully synthesized various amino acids by simulating the primordial atmosphere and ocean environment, thus proving the credibility of this theory. This theory has been recognized by both biochemistry and cell biology. Furthermore, other disciplines have also presented research evidence proving that life on Earth originated in the ocean. Paleontology provides fossils of marine life dating back approximately 35 to 40 billion years, representing the most direct and oldest evidence. Geology proposes the theory that Earth was once a large water planet in the early stages of its formation. Geochemistry also explains how hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor provided energy for metabolism. Oceanography has also discovered independent ecosystems near deep-sea black smokers. NASA research in astrobiology provides supplementary evidence from a cosmological evolution perspective. Bioinformatics genetics, through retrospective analysis of the genes of millions of extant organisms, discovered the groundbreaking less universal common ancestor, or LUCA. Research indicates that LUCA is a complex anaerobic microorganism that existed approximately 40 billion years ago, and it is the common ancestor of all life on Earth, humans, and animals. In short, the theory that life evolved from non-living matter in the marine environment 40 billion years ago through chemical processes has been supported by evidence from numerous related disciplines.
In myths around the world, life on Earth and even the universe itself originated from the ocean, a very common motif known as primordial waters. This concept has long been a consensus in myths and legends worldwide. Myths and legends around the world are remarkably consistent, generally regarding the ocean, floods, or primordial waters as the source and creator of life, emphasizing the idea that water gives birth to all things. Related myths and legends from around the world are as follows. Chinese mythology, Noah's flood control and creation of humans before Noah created humankind. The world was a vast ocean. Noah's control of the floods represents the emergence of human order from the order of the ocean. The Guanxia classic Chinese text states, "What is water? It is the origin of all things." And early settlements of ancient people were mostly built near water. R. Greek mythology. Oceanus. The ancient Greeks believed that Oceanus was a primordial river that encircled the world. It was regarded as the source of the gods and the origin of all life. 3. Ancient Egyptian mythology. Now, the ancient Egyptians believed that the universe was initially a chaotic, dark, and boundless primordial ocean called Nan. The sun god and the god of life, Atom, rose from this unfathomable water and then created the world. 4. Hindu mythology. The cosmic ocean and the ocean of milk. Vishnu, the cosmic protector god, slept peacefully in the flood waters. Upon his awakening, a lotus flower grew from his navel, and from the lotus emerged Brahma, the creator god, who created all life and all things. Another version states that the cosmic waters were a vast ocean of milk. The gods and Asuras, in their search for the elixir of immortality, churned the ocean of milk together. During this process, Lakshmi and various other life forms were born from the ocean of milk. 5. Sumerian Babylonian mythology, Apsu and Tiamat. Tiamat was the sea goddess symbolizing saltwater, while Apsu was the god symbolizing fresh water. The two streams of water merged and gave birth to the gods. Later, Tiamat's body was split apart, forming heaven, earth, and all things. The world was formed from her fragmented body, emphasizing that life originated from seawater. 6. Oceanian mythology, Kanaloa. In Hawaiian mythology, the ocean god Kanaloa is considered the primordial form of the universe. Life originated in the deep sea and gradually evolved onto land, confirming that the ocean is the cradle of life.
Life on Earth originated from the ocean, and the Sealand King is the ancestor of all humankind. The Sealand King and his Lung race should be respected and loved by all humanity. However, in reality, some people misunderstand Lungs due to cultural misunderstandings caused by inappropriate translations. Currently, the internationally accepted English translation for Lung is dragon, which is incorrect. This is because the Lung of the East is different from the dragon of the West. The Eastern Lungs are not dragons. In Western thought, the dragon is an evil creature, a ferocious winged monster that cannot speak or change shape. It attacks people and animals, and even eats them. The dragon appears to be a flying dinosaur. In the East, Lungs are deities. They fly without wings, relying on divine power. They can manifest in Lung form or transform into human form. When they need rain, they appear in Lung form for easier work, swimming, paddling, and water control. When they want to interact with humans, they transform into human form for easier communication. Eastern Lungs are spirits, their bodies spiritual entities. No lung-shaped animals exist in reality because Lungs are not animals but Lung deities. The common belief that Lungs are animals is absurd. Eastern Lung deities possess magical powers and can bless people with bountiful harvests, health, and peace. They can even bestow wealth upon the kind-hearted. The Western concept of dragons is vastly different from the Eastern Lungs and cannot be compared. Buddhist scriptures also confirm the existence of the 8 great Lung kings. These 8 Lung kings are all bodhisattvas of the 10th stage, possessing omniscience and the ability to transform at will. They manifest as lung-bodied guardian deities to teach sentient beings. In reality, they all possess extremely high levels of enlightenment. Sagara Lung King is one of the 8 great Lung kings. Sagara is Sanskrit, meaning ocean. Sagara Lung King is the Sea Lung King, ruling over all the oceans on Earth. He is the common ancestor of all life on Earth, and also the common ancestor of all humankind. The Lung race is a vast clan, with countless beings. They practice a system of enfeoffment, with the Sagara Lung King distributing seeds around the world to his subordinates, or descendants to manage different regions. For example, The South Sea Lung King governs the South Sea region. In Buddhist scriptures, the South Sea is a sea area extending from the Indian Ocean through the Southeast Asian Straits, ultimately reaching the South China Sea. This entire sea area is collectively known as the South Sea, and it is governed by the South Sea Lung King. When Shakyamuni Buddha was preaching, he stood on the ancient Indian continent and told his followers, "In that southern sea dwells the Bodhisattva Guanyin of the South Sea." The sea south of the ancient Indian continent is the modern Indian Ocean.
In the southeastern coastal regions of China, there has long been a tradition of dragon worship during the Lung Boat Festival, though this custom has gradually faded in modern times. Lung worship originated from the primitive beliefs of the ancient Baiyu people, whose region encompasses present-day Jiangsu, Zhejiang, Guangdong, Guangxi, Fujian, and Hainan. The Lung worship involved offering sacrifices to the Lung deities, paying homage to the Lung totem, and praying for peace, protection from disasters, and the arrival of good fortune. The Lung Boat Festival is considered a festival of the Lung because during this period, the astronomical phenomenon of a flying Lung in the sky is believed to occur, with the auspicious Azure Lung 7 Mansions constellation hanging high in the southern sky. This is the time of year when yang energy is at its peak, and the Lung deities' constellations are closest to Earth, radiating their most powerful energy. Therefore, the Lung Boat Festival is a traditionally auspicious day for Lung worship. Lung worship was conducted through the dynamic ritual of Lung boat racing. An ancient waterborne blessing ceremony evolved from Lung totem worship. As for the integration of Lung boat racing with the story of Ku Yuan, transforming it from a sacrificial activity into a festival commemoration, that's a later evolution. The sacrificial activities of making zongzi, sticky rice dumplings, and Lung boat racing came first, followed by Ku Yuan's suicide by jumping into the river after the fall of his kingdom, feeling homeless after the fall of his kingdom, and deeply missing his family during festivals. Ku Yuan chose the Lung Boat Festival to jump into the river to find his ancestral Lung deity. The people, upon learning this, immediately used the existing Lung boats and zongzi to search for Ku Yuan. This line of reasoning is logical. Otherwise, would the people have prepared the Lung boats and zongzi in advance, waiting for Ku Yuan to jump into the river to use them? Or would they have waited for Ku Yuan to jump into the river, and then spent months building the Lung boats before rowing to find his body? Any boat would have been fine for finding Ku Yuan. Why insist on building a Lung boat? Isn't that absurd and ridiculous? Commemorating Ku Yuan is acceptable, but we cannot forget the Lung worship and our roots because of it. The Lung Boat Festival should include a Lung worship and also commemorate Ku Yuan. These two events have different cultural connotations and are not contradictory.
Lung worship is beneficial to individuals, society, and the nation. Individuals participating in Lung worship can gain the following benefits. 1. Increased wealth. The Lung deity is also the deity of wealth, governing worldly riches. Worshipping the Lung deity can significantly increase wealth, fulfilling people's desire for wealth. 2. Pray for peace and well-being. Participating in Lung worship can bring the protection of the Lung deity, warding off disasters and evil spirits, and bringing peace and good fortune, especially for those engaged in maritime transport or fishing. It can ensure safe voyages. 3. Disease elimination. Participating in the Lung worship can remove or alleviate various specific diseases, including stubborn skin diseases, malignant tumors, and cancers, rheumatic bone pain, liver and gallbladder diseases, and edema, organ dysfunction and blocked energy channels, and various strange and unusual ailments with no identifiable cause. For harmonious relationships, worshipping the Lung deity helps to promote family harmony, prosperity, and harmonious interpersonal relationships. 5.8 In spiritual practice, Lung deities are guardian deities in Buddhism. Participating in the Lung worship can receive their protection, removing obstacles and negative karma, and enabling practitioners to achieve rapid spiritual progress. The benefits of the Lung worship to society include promoting the development of the tourism and cultural industries. Specifically, 1. Traffic aggregation and festival economic effect. The Lung Boat Festival, combined with the Lung worship activities, can quickly attract a large number of tourists, driving explosive growth in local transportation, accommodation, and catering consumption. To dot expansion and extension of the tourism industry chain, the Lung worship can spur the development of cultural and creative products, such as the Lung King's blessing basket transforming cultural knowledge into purchasable goods. Holding Lung worship activities in rural areas can also boost the sales of homestays, agritainment, and specialty agricultural products, thus contributing to rural revitalization. 3. Building a regional cultural IP through long-term management. The Lung worship activity can evolve into a tourism brand with international recognition, bringing long-term brand premium and awareness to the region. For community cohesion and social interaction, as a folk festival with profound cultural heritage, the Lung worship can build cultural understanding. The Lung worship is a collective activity, allowing participants to make friends and exchange ideas, thus enhancing interpersonal relationships. Large-scale Lung worship activities combined with Lung Boat Festival and cultural arts festivals are multifunctional public entertainment projects that can provide the public with a rich spiritual and cultural life.
The benefits of Lung worship for the nation lie in its influence on feng shui and national fortune, specifically manifested in three aspects: celestial rhythms, geographical feng shui, and national cohesion. Celestial symbolism. During the Lung Boat Festival, the astronomical constellation displays the image of a flying loon in the sky, a phenomenon that lasts for 3 months, during which the loon deity's aura is extremely strong. Worshipping the loon deities during the Lung Boat Festival allows one to connect with and resonate with its energy field, thereby bringing good fortune and energy to the nation, promoting prosperity and strength. The Lung worship ceremony also prays for favorable weather and abundant harvests, which for an agricultural economy directly equates to economic stability and the well-being of the people.
2. The stabilization of geographical feng shui and the foundation of national fortune. In traditional Chinese culture, Lung worship are considered crucial rituals concerning the flow of feng shui energy and the rise and fall of the nation. Based on the ancient Chinese philosophy of the unity of heaven and man, and the cultural understanding of energy field theory, Lung worship influenced the feng shui of the nation. This influence is primarily manifested in consolidating ruling authority, maintaining the flow of earth energy, and stabilizing the foundation of national fortune through feng shui arrangements. Ancient people sought to stabilize the earth's energy through specific Lung worship rituals. Orthodox, ritualistic Lung worship activities were believed to be able to sense the spiritual energy of mountains and seas, gather auspicious energy, and stabilize the foundation of the nation, aiming to ensure national peace, prosperity, and strength. Folk legends suggest that damage to Lung veins, Lung lands could lead to regime change and instability. Therefore, the Lung worship and protection of Lung lands, dragon veins were seen as acts to stabilize the foundation of the nation. 3. Lung worship enhances national cohesion. From a spiritual perspective, Lung worship embodies the people's spiritual feng shui. The Lung's image is majestic and powerful, representing courage, ability, and prosperity. Lung worship embodies the people's aspirations for peace, well-being, and upward progress. Lung worship activities can serve as a bond maintaining national unity. Public participation in rituals to worship the sea deity and the Lung King strengthens everyone's sense of identity as descendants of the Lung deity. In times of great change or turmoil, worshipping the Lung deities can help unite people and stabilize the situation. Large-scale Lung worship activities create a powerful social psychological magnetic field. If these activities resonate with the people's will and promote positive energy, they will enhance the nation's momentum, which, in a folkloric sense, is considered a harmonious spiritual feng shui energy field.
The Lung worship is beneficial to individuals, society, and the nation, for the prosperity and strength of the country, and for the well-being and happiness of the people, we pray for 1. The restoration of the long worship custom and the application for its recognition as an intangible cultural heritage. 2. The promotion of the Loonbald Festival and the Loon worship cultural activities to revitalize the tourism industry. 3. We hope relevant departments will legislate to regulate the translation. It's as follows: Dragon, 妖兽, Long Lun, Long Wang, Long King, Long Shen, Long deity. Final petition. Let us petition together to increase traffic through likes and shares, and thus draw the attention of relevant departments for the prosperity and strength of the nation, for the wealth, health, and peace of the people. Let us petition together